They were supposed to lose. Not just likely to lose, but destined to. That was the assumption shared by nobles, knights, and kings alike, woven into the very fabric of medieval society. Because history, we are told, belongs to steel and bloodlines, to those born into power, trained for war, and armored against consequence, not to men with mud on their boots and tools still warm from the fields. Across medieval Europe, power was unmistakable. Castles crowned hills, banners marked territory, and stone walls reminded everyone who ruled and who did not. At the center of this world stood the knight, trained from childhood, encased in steel, mounted on horses bred for war. To face one was to face the full weight of feudal order itself. Peasant uprisings were not uncommon. They flared up, shouted grievances, sometimes even burned manor houses. But when knights arrived, rebellion ended, quickly, brutally, and completely. Yet along the cold, wind-swept coast of the North Sea, there existed a land that did not follow these rules, a land that should not have survived at all. Dithmarschen, flat, marshy, and easy to overlook. A coastal region of northern Germany, surrounded by rivers, wetlands, and the ever-present threat of the sea. Here, farmers governed themselves, not through lords or counts, but through assemblies, men standing shoulder to shoulder, debating openly as equals. There were no castles looming over the countryside, no noble courts, no feudal hierarchy to enforce obedience. To Europe's aristocracy, this was intolerable. A society without nobles was not an experiment, it was a provocation. The Holy Roman Empire tolerated many strange arrangements, but a functioning peasant republic threatened the very idea that social order was fixed and natural. So a coalition was formed, nobles eager to assert authority, mercenaries hungry for pay, and knights confident that steel would settle the matter, as it always had. They marched north, believing the outcome already decided. This would not be a war, it would be a correction. But as the army advanced, the landscape began to betray them. Fields shimmered unnaturally, roads softened, the ground itself seemed to shift. The peasants had opened the dikes. Water poured through canals and sluices, flooding the land they themselves had reclaimed over generations. Farmland vanished beneath shallow seas, paths dissolved into mud. The carefully planned march unraveled step by step. Horses struggled, panicked, and sank. Armor, once a symbol of invincibility, became a deadly burden. The knights were forced onto narrow causeways, single file, compressed, stripped of the formations that made them powerful. Waiting ahead were lines of farmers, silent, steady, and prepared. They did not charge, they held. Their weapons were simple: pikes, axes, clubs, and bow and arrows. Crude, perhaps, but devastating when used together. Behind them lay their homes, their families, the fields that fed them. There would be no retreat. When the first clash came, it was not glorious. A horse stumbled, a knight fell, and the illusion of control shattered instantly. Men slipped in the mud, dragged down by steel and water. What protected them on dry ground betrayed them here. The farmers advanced as one. No heroic duels, no individual glory, only discipline and coordination. The battlefield dissolved into chaos. Commands were lost, formations collapsed, banners disappeared into the marsh. Knights were dragged from saddles, pulled under by their own armor. The water claimed rank and title alike. Commanders fell, standards toppled, confidence turned to panic. By the end of the day, the marshland was silent, littered with armor, broken weapons, and the remains of an elite army. The farmers still stood, exhausted, bloodied, victorious. News of the defeat at the Battle of Hemmingstead spread quickly across Europe, and with it, disbelief. Knights were not supposed to lose to farmers, not like this, not so completely.
Across the continent, armies began to change. Infantry rose in importance. Discipline mattered more than lineage. Gunpowder reshaped warfare. Crowns and titles no longer guaranteed victory. The old assumptions cracked, slowly but irreversibly. For the people of Dithmarschen, life returned to the fields. The tools of war became tools of labor once more. In time, their independence would fade. Empires always return, borders always shift, but the lesson endured. Power is not only forged in castles and courts. Sometimes history is written by ordinary people who understand their land and each other. And sometimes the world changes not when the powerful act, but when the powerless learn to fight together.
Please like and subscribe for more epic historical stories like this one.